Hi, this is a work along video with me. This assumes that you have not done anything on ETL. You have just configured the basic repository, and I'm gonna walk you through a couple of concepts in this, and hopefully you can learn along. Some of the things you will understand is how to do a SQL lookup, how to do a text lookup, setting up different directories, SQL connection. So let's just kickstart. I'll show you the problem that we have. Number one. So right now I have a list of help tickets which have been received from a bunch of help tickets have been received. Let me just move this here. Okay. Now this is a person who has raised the ticket. This is their code. Okay, I seem to have two types of tickets. We have HR and let's say non-HR tickets. Okay, what we want to do, we want to look up against their code the email address for this relevant person. Okay, so right now these email exist here. So we have the code, we have the person name, and we have the email address. We also have the same available to us in a CSV format over here. Okay. So let's get started. Okay. Now, for the first thing that you will do is you will find tons of options available to you. Okay. We will first come and set up a directory where are all our options. So let's say sample and my C samples. Okay. This is where all my scripts will be located. If you see over here, I am inside C sample and I am inside this help ticket. Now you could have multiple operations which you are trying to do from over here. Let's say you have a help ticket operation, you have the CRM operation, depends upon what you want to do. Okay, so everything will be inside the C sample. Okay, so come inside this directory, you give it a path and you click OK. Okay, so this is how we set up a directory connection. I don't know why it has disappeared, but I will do it again. Sample, and this is a SQL sample. Let me just refresh this. Okay. I'll just delete the second one. Okay. Now, the core here for any ETL operation are these transformations. Okay. So you will see a window like this. You create a new one which is sample, and it generally expects you to also create a tree inside it. So this is the folder, subfolders. So let's call this one help ticket email lookup. Okay, you would be presented with the transformation window. Now reader, this is where you will simply take your input file. So I will come over here and I will load my input file. It is sensitive to files are being in use. Shut it down. Okay, and refresh this, and it has taken over some of these items. Now let's just open a help ticket. Let's just open our help ticket CSV file. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, 5 columns, and all of my headers are in my first row. Okay, so I'll go back and I will, so 4 columns have been picked up. I will right click this, I'll say add new column, and 5th column is also here, right? Let's try if, okay, 6 columns. If you do this one, which is an extra column, to get rid of this, you simply come and say delete last column. Now the name of these columns right now is F1, F2, F3. To set the names as per the first row, you click on row number 1, set fields name from row number 1. Okay, and this is how the headers have been changed. Okay, now the first thing, so let's just come back to our help ticket, setting up of directory, loading of files. Okay, one of the first thing that I want to do here is I just want to be clear with how my output is going to be. Now I want all of this ticket creator, all of these items, plus I want the email address, right? So I will come to my writer. Okay, I will decide where the location of this is going to be. You will click on this window and it will ask you do you have an existing file, which is not the case with us right now. You can come and you can say C sample, and let's take help ticket, and we say output.csv. okay, and currently the file is empty, we have not run this. We will come to this field over here, copy fields, and we will copy our list of fields from the reader. So you can pick it up from any operation. We just want everything from the reader. All the list of files is here, but we also, now if you will click on show definition, all of these items have been picked up. We want one more field called email. So far so good. Now first thing that we want to do is we want only tickets which have HR inside them. So anything else where issue type is non-HR, we want to reject those tickets. This is where the validator option is very useful. You can have multiple validator options by coming over here, though one should be sufficient, but it's up to you. So we come to validator. Okay, this is, the green is my input, the red is my output over here. Okay, so where the fields, now I can connect them one by one if I want to, or I can use the wizard over here with this auto map. Click map now and it will connect everything together. Now we do not want any issue type to be equal to non-HR, so we will come and we will say is equal to, you will see over here is equal to is come, we will say if my issue type is equal to HR. Okay, if the execution is a failure, that is when it is non-HR, I want you to reject these records. Okay, and that is it, and I connect this back. Okay, number one. Number two, now let's just work with this first and not make any changes. Let's say the email mapping will be empty right now. We click OK. So let's just click on OK and let's try to write this file. Okay, if we come over here, okay, this is my output, I refresh this, you will see that only HR tickets exist. Okay, so part one is clear. Now let's come over to transform and do a simple lookup. Okay, first thing that we will do is that we will do a basic lookup from a CSV file or a text file. We want to look up the code of the person and we want to output email address. Click on this. It will ask you, we'll say email lookup. Okay, we'll explain what is connection name over here, but this is the directories that we were looking at. So we'll just select sample. Okay, now as of now I have placed my CSV file within the same location, okay, which contains, let me just show it to you, all the name, email and codes. Okay, we come back, we select the text file, we will say which is the file, we will say C sample help ticket hr1.csv. okay, let's do our mappings over here. Now what do we want to input? Okay, we say we want to input first, sorry, we come back to the first name, we say use fields name, set fields name from row 1, this is done over here. Then we say this is mapped to code, so my code is incoming and my output is going to be my email address. Okay, we have error handling if an email address is not found, which is the case over here. We want to write the value, oh no, at findmyemail.com. okay, so this is a simple text based lookup. Let's just do this and save this and we will run this operation. You come back to writer, refresh this and you will see that it is appended and we did something wrong. It has looked up only the names. We come back, we see what we have done. Email lookup, mapping, and if we see my output field, oops, I did ename. We come back to email, click OK. Now that data was appended and not overwritten. To change this property, we come back to writer, come back to text files, and we see here if file exists, do you want to append it or overwrite? I want to overwrite. I also wanted to create headers. I click on OK. I select, hold on, I'd like UTF-8 files, and again I will say sample. I click on OK and I run this again. I refresh my data and my email addresses are here. For this particular email address, we did not have anything, so it is unknown. Now I also want to put one more validation, that if my ticket creator name is empty, I want to reject that record as well. So come back to validator and we say drag is null or empty string. If ticket creator is that, then if it matches, if it is a success, reject it. Okay, click on OK. We have 12 records right now, 10 records. We come back and headers are being written over here. Okay, now we want to do a SQL lookup.